What's going on? Welcome to today's mobility routine. Thanks for joining us here today. If you haven't already, get yourself nice and comfy on your mat. Settle into a nice rhythm of breath. And let's just start by observing that breath. Feeling the sensation as that air comes into your system. Feeling that belly rise on the inhale and slowly letting it all go on the exhale. And as you let that air come in, just imagine those positive vibes coming in with that air. Feelings of gratitude, peace, calm. And as you exhale, imagine breathing out anything we don't want, any negativity, any stress, anything weighing you down. Just breathe it all out. Let it float away. Let's take a quick scan through your body, head to toe. Anything that feels tense, just let it go. Relaxing through your face, your cheeks, your neck, your shoulders, your torso, your hips, your quads. Feel your whole body sink heavier into your mat and just completely deflate. Let's take one more good, long, slow, deep, relaxing breath here. As you let go of that breath, we'll work on that left quad. Let's go face down on your lacrosse ball. Start with a quick search through that quad area. Feel out what needs attention. Is it that inner thigh? Is it the outer thigh? Is it somewhere right in the middle? Let the video be your starting point. Let your body's feedback help you really dial in what needs attention. And once you're there, take your attention back to your breath. That nice calming rhythm of your breath. And with each passing breath, challenge yourself to get more passive around that target area, around those surrounding areas, around any muscle we're not absolutely in need of right now. Just let it all go. Maintaining that nice relaxing rhythm of breath, directing that air deep into that diaphragm, and breathing through the nose if you can. Let's take one more deep breath here. And as we sigh with that breath, we'll shift to the right side. If you found yourself a good target on the left, feel free to start in that same spot on the right, or in that same area. And if it feels like it needs the same attention, let's just let that be your focus. And settle into the right amount of pressure, right angle of pressure, the right position, the right posture. You may find moving through the knee helpful. You might find rolling on that ball helpful. You may find just sitting still on that ball helpful. These are all options. They all work. Just feel out what you need today. Always being in tune with how your body's responding. Maintaining that nice relaxing rhythm of breath. That nice calm headspace. And let those calming vibes just spread through your whole body. Let's take one more long, slow, deep, relaxing breath here. As we sigh out that breath, We'll shift our attention to left side glute. So searching through that butt of that left side on what needs attention. Might be the upper band, might be the outside, might be the lower glutes area. Once you've found that area, focus. Concentrate on getting passive. You may find it helpful to move that hip so you're in a position you tend to struggle with. Whether that's deep flexion or end range rotation. Just settle into what feels right for today. There's no hard rules here other than we don't get into pain. Keep experimenting with different positions, different level of pressure, different angles. And every chance we get, circling back to your breath. Nice relaxing rhythm of breath. It helps you find calm mentally. And let those calming vibes just work their way through your whole body. We'll take one more deep breath here. As you exhale, we'll transition into the right side. Start with a quick search through this right glute. You may find it's tight in the same area as the left. You may find it's similar. You may find it's totally different. A lot of times hips are prone to imbalances, and it's totally normal. Just settle into whatever feels right for this side. And once you're in that version of this exercise, concentrating on getting nice and passive through that target tissue, and constantly scanning for any tissues that are tense that we can just let go of. With every passing breath, challenge yourself to get a little more passive. Mentally go into your happy place, allowing yourself to enjoy the moment. Directing that air deep into that diaphragm and slowly letting it go through the nose. We'll take one more deep relaxing breath here. As you sigh at that breath, we'll take our attention into the adductors of the hip. So working through that left side inner thigh area, feeling out what needs attention. We'll use the fingertips or the thumbs or a light fist. Feel out what areas feel restricted, feel like they need attention. Working well within your pain limits. Feeling out what your body needs. And finding that stimulus and that rhythm of breath helps your mind find calm. Since we're using the hands, this tends to be a more active version of an exercise. But we still want to challenge yourself to be as passive as you possibly can, mentally and physically. If you find yourself settling into any kind of negativity or stress, don't let that bother you. Just breathe it out. Remain nice and calm. Remain in control. And take your attention back to your breathing. We'll take one more breath here. We'll slowly sigh with that breath. And we'll move to the right side. So panning through this opposite side, feeling out what needs attention. Feeling out what the right amount of pressure is going to be for today. And once you've settled into that stimulus, Taking your attention on getting nice and passive through that target area. Through any tissue we don't absolutely need right now. Especially those stress muscles. You know you carry stress in your traps. Try to consciously turn those muscles off. Or wherever you tend to carry stress. Just imagine breathing that stress right out as you exhale. There is no negativity allowed in this routine. All that matters right now is you and your body and your breath. We'll take a more deep, relaxing breath here. And as we sigh out that breath, we'll move into a lizard pose. So let's step that left leg forward in a deep lunge. And let that chest drop towards your mat. Feeling for a stretch in that left glute area. If you have the flexibility for it, feel free to drop all the way to your elbows. Otherwise, an extended arm position is fine. Let the video be your starting point. Let your body's feedback help you refine what this exercise is going to look like for you. And once you're there, one at a time, start turning muscles off. Every exhale, relaxing through a new target. Finding calm physically, mentally. And in a few seconds, we'll gently get active by attempting to press this heel through the floor. And let's go ahead, starting nice and easy. Attempting to step yourself up out of that lunge using your left glute, ramping up that tension as we go. Let's finish with a big squeeze here, last 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's gently reverse. Attempting to pull yourself deeper into the stretch, flexing through your hip flexor, through your abs, pulling that chest towards the floor, ramping up tension to finish. 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax. Let's get nice and passive. You may find you're a little deeper into the stretch, and if so, great. And if not, don't stress. Continue to trust the process. We'll get there as soon as your body's ready for it. Find that nice relaxing rhythm of breath. Let your breath calm your mind. Let your mind calm your body. One more deep breath here. As we sigh out that breath, we'll shift to the right side. Stepping that right leg through into an extended lunge. And then slowly dropping that torso towards the floor, deeper into that stretch, relaxing through those glutes, settling into whatever level of stretch feels right. Whether you're on your elbows with your arms straight out to your side, or whether you're more upright, settle into whatever level of stretch your body's okay with for today. And then concentrating on getting nice and passive. Almost like you're ready to fall asleep in the pose. And in 10 seconds, we'll slowly start to activate through this hip to attempt to reverse this stretch by pressing your right heel into the floor like you're stepping out of the lunge. And let's go ahead, starting with nice easy tension. Slowly ramping that tension up. Squeezing through that glute to resist the stretch. Big squeeze here to finish. Last 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's gently reverse. Squeezing through the hip flexor, through your abs, pulling that chest closer to the floor, deeper into the stretch, ramping up that tension as we go. Finishing with a big squeeze here. Last 5, 3, 2, 1. Big breath out, relax. Nice and passive. Just submit to the position. Focusing back on your breathing. Every time you breathe out, find another layer to relax into. One more deep breath here. Take your time sighing out that breath. And let's work our way to our feet for some Jefferson curls. So starting nice and tall, we're going to start by bringing that chin to your chest, slowly bending one vertebra at a time, moving into that mid back, slowly into that lumbar back, bending at the hips, getting as close to the floor or beyond if you've got the range. Once you've reached the end, we'll just reverse that. Bending through that lower spine, slowly working your way in towards that mid spine. Finishing with that neck, and slowly working your way back down. And wherever you're at, let's take a deep breath, slowly exhale. Let's work ourselves into a tabletop position for some cat camel. We'll start by globally flexing that spine, pressing your mid spine up to the ceiling, tucking your chin down, tailbone down, and then gently reversing. Pressing your belly to the floor, pulling that chin up, pulling your hips up. And continue to work at your own pace, within your own limits of range. And with each rep, try to get a little more aggressive. And try to recruit every single segment of that spine into full extension, then into full flexion. Being a little more aggressive each rep, working towards that end range. Let's give a good squeeze here for this last rep. Let's take a quick breath, slowly exhale, and we'll stay in tabletop for some bird dogs. So let's extend your opposite limbs, reaching back with your right heel, your left fingertips, and then we'll switch sides. Keep switching at your own pace. You want to keep those hips nice and square to the floor, and imagine using your limbs to lengthen your spine. We want to be conscious not to reach too far towards the sky. Think about lengthening rather than really reaching up. Continuing to work at your own pace. Now take a deep breath. We'll slowly exhale. And we'll stay in tabletop for some left side hip circles. So we'll start by bringing that knee in towards your chest into full flexion. Gently pressing that knee out to the side into full adduction. All the way out along the end range of your hips, finishing into deep extension of those hips by pressing that heel to the sky. And continue to work this hip through a nice circle, nice giant circle. Each rep, challenging yourself to come a little further into your end range. Give yourself a little extra attention in areas you feel like you're stiff or struggling with. Generally, the harder we work here, the more benefit we get through those hips. Last 10, let's give a good squeeze. Attempting to carve out new range if you can, working within your pain-free limits, but challenging yourself. And we'll switch into the right side. Bringing that right knee in towards your chest. Extending that right knee out to the side into full adduction. Finishing, reaching behind you into full extension of those hips. And continuing to work through this routine, adding a little bit of tension, attempting to carve out new range with each rep. When it feels like you've hit a wall, sometimes it's helpful to press a little further, giving yourself that second wind push. Again, giving extra tension in the areas you feel like you're struggling or most limited. Last 10, let's give a good squeeze in through those corners. Challenge yourself to carve out new range of motion. finish off this rep we're working on. We'll take another deep breath into that belly. We'll slowly sigh out that breath, and we'll call it a day. Thanks so much for joining us here for some 5-pillar mobility. Hope you enjoyed the routine. If you did, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day.